Jason Kidd, and you're watching Dynasty by Shea.
What's up, everybody? It's Carmelo Anthony, and you're checking out Dynasty by Shea.
This is Brandi Gourdine, and you're tuning in to Dynasty by Shea.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Shea from Dynasty by Shea, and now today I have my good friend Brandi here. She's a beautiful singer, scholar student at the high school that I go to, Mallet Creek. Today we are going to discuss, a little bit about her life and what she wants to do with her singing career. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, Brandi, how did you get started with singing?
Well, I grew up in the church, so when I was about 5 years old, my mom put me in the children's choir, and then from then on, listening to like my grandmother and my aunts and stuff. Were like a musically inclined family. So basically that's when it started, when I was younger.
Did you ever say, okay, I know at the age of 5 that I can see myself singing?
Yes, from that age and then on, I remember myself being in the mirror all the time, saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna be. I used to like Raven, or for some reason Raven was on Disney Channel at that time singing. So yeah, I used to always say that I was gonna be famous for singing one day or something like that. I always liked it.
Now, when you were young, because I know how, like, my mama told me when I was young that I could sing, but everybody know that I can't sing. So did anybody ever tell you that you could really sing and you believed it just because they told you, or did you know in your heart, like, I know I can sing?
My mom, of course, my mom was doing the same thing. She had me singing, like, for everyone, everywhere we went. But I think it really hit me, and I really believed it when one of her co-workers, I used to stay over at her job sometimes when she was working late, and I was singing like in the back room, and one of her co-workers were like, how old are you? And you sound like that? And I think that's when it was like, maybe I really do have something that is good. So yeah, that's when I finally realized it.
So now that you're getting older, like, where do you want to go? Like, what's the next step? Because I know a lot of people, they want to sing and they want to do this and they want to do that, but they don't know the right steps to take. They just, sing for fun, or in front of a crowd whenever they get the opportunity. But what steps do you think you're taking, like maybe like investing in like starting YouTube, or looking into auditioning for a company or a record studio or something like that? Like, what steps do you take now?
I've done things like America's Got Talent auditions and stuff like that, but I think really the next step I want to take is like dipping into my own creativity and making my own music. The only reservation I have is maybe people not receiving my music the way I want them to, because it's easy to sing other people's songs, but when you like display something that you wrote personally, it can be a little hard. You have to be really vulnerable. So I think the next step I would take is maybe YouTube videos, or maybe like recording something and just seeing how people respond to it and just fill it out that way. But yeah, that's definitely what I want to do next.
Okay, so you want to, like, YouTube? I definitely suggest the YouTube, because that's
a
nice path to take. Well, now that you're in high school, like, how have you found being talented as an avenue when it comes to, like, having friends and stuff like that? Do you think that because you're known as somebody that can sing really well, or somebody that, people say you're going to make it far, do you think that a lot of times that attracts friends that's like, are they really there for me, or do they just know that I'm going places?
Definitely, I've made friends because of singing before, when people just come and they compliment you and then you take the relationship farther. But I definitely know who's really there for me and who's been there. There are times when I feel like people just entertain it or just come around so they can say, well, I talked to Brandi, or I did this, that, and the third, but I'm not an arrogant person at all. I take everyone's compliments to heart. I really, really do appreciate it, because I'm still growing myself, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm anything as big as Beyonce or anything like that. I'm making my way up just like everybody else. And so yeah, I do feel like it may attract some people, but at the end of the day, I know those people that have really been supporting me from the beginning.
So on top of the fact that you're singing, how has academics went towards your singing career? Not just being somebody that's talented, but in the back of your head knowing that I always have something to fall back on.
Right. I actually want to major in accounting, because I would like to work in that field for a while and then eventually go into my own business. And so school has always been something, well, I used to struggle with it in the beginning, but as I grew up some more in high school, I started realizing, if singing doesn't work out because everybody wants to be a singer, I have to have a plan B. So if singing doesn't work out, I definitely have that to fall back on because I want to go straight through with my master's and do everything that it takes to be successful in that. But when it comes to music, it's really an iffy subject because I know I want to do those things, and if like somebody were to give it to me on a platter, like I take it immediately. But just thinking realistically and growing up and becoming a young adult, you have to realize like nobody is handing you anything, you know what I'm saying? So I have to take those steps to put myself in the position to do that one day. So maybe if things work out after college, then that's definitely something I want to do.
So say if Sony or Def Jam or any of those big, you know, record labels called saying, I have a $20 million contract for you to be signed to us for 5 years in your second semester of college, what would you do?
Honestly, I would take it. Only because, well, if they were giving me creative freedom, I would definitely take it. Because, like, that's an opportunity that you couldn't pass up, obviously. I mean, I know Alicia Keys, she was offered a full scholarship to Columbia in New York, and she was like valedictorian of her class, and she took the record deal, and look what happened to her. So if that was actually given to me on a platform, I would definitely take it because, you know, like that's a blessing to me. I wouldn't be able to pass that up. So yeah, that'd be cool.
That's what's up. So your plan is to go to college. You know what college you want to go to?
Yes, I'll be attending Livingstone College in Salisbury. So it's about maybe 45 to an hour away from here.
Now, what made you decide to go there?
Well, actually, I went down there for a visit, and the lady that was supposed to be taking me wasn't around, so the vice president invited me into his office, and he was telling me about their program, and of course I've heard little things here and there about the college, but I never really knew for myself. And then when he actually started telling me about the history of the school, I'm a big African American history fanatic. Like, I love having pride, like, because I prefer an HBCU over a regular university. And basically once I heard the history of the school and the potential it had, because it is a smaller school, I decided that's where I definitely wanted to be. And plus he offered me a full scholarship to go, and I couldn't pass it up either. So yeah, that's what really made me decide I wanted to go there. Just the history and the potential it had to be something big. That's why I wanted to go.
That's good. That's really good, because I know a lot of times people say, you know, I just have my dream, but I have nothing else to fall back on. And there's nothing wrong with people wanting to pursue their dreams, but just because you're pursuing your dream doesn't mean that, you know, you should fail out of high school, because, you know, stuff is always important. And realistically, not everybody can make it.
True.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's always about the hard work and dedication that you put into it. I feel like if you, you know, strive for something and you work hard enough, you can always make it. But it's always that in the back of your head, just knowing, all right, no life.
Get this done.
This is life. So what advice do you have for any kids up and coming, growing up, that, you know, have a dream and they just don't know what to do, how to pursue it, what steps should they take? They feel like they're not good enough to do it, or they feel like there's so many other people doing the same thing that they're doing. What would make them stand out?
I would say to them, don't waste time doubting yourself, because the more you doubt yourself, the less time you're spending on getting it done. And when other people's opinions get in the way of aspirations you have, sometimes you like take it back, like, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. As long as you focus on your dream and you're confident in yourself and you stay humble, like, I believe you can do anything, because I feel that way too sometimes. I don't always want to express myself in ways like talking about my dreams and things that I want to do, but then there has to come like a time where you just tell yourself, like, if this is what I want, then this is what, like, this is how it has to happen. And so yeah, just definitely don't second guess yourself. If that's what you want, go get it. And also be confident in it, because if you try to deliver something and other people can see you're not sure in it, they're not going to believe in it either, and you're your biggest supporter. So that's what I would definitely say to them. Just always believe in themselves, for sure.
Okay, now, would you mind singing for us?
Oh, she got me.
Would you mind?
Sure. What can I
I don't even want to be. I don't even have the strength to be in. I can't even be in it. So.
Ran into an old friend yesterday. Caught me by surprise when he called my name. He was a familiar face from a chapter in my past. Talked for a while, asked him how it's been. Said that he was seeing somebody and told me it was gonna last, showing me her photograph. And all the feelings that I thought were gone started rushing back to me at once. I tried to smile and hide the way I felt, but I was thinking to myself, I never got over you. Wish I was standing in her shoes. And when it's all said and done, I guess I'm still in love with you.
Yay! Oh, thank you so much.
This is Brandi Gourdine, and you're tuning in to Dynasty by Shea.